Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Zoho, your accounting software consultant. So today I'm going to show you how to set up a new customer using Zoho Books the right way. So to do that, there are actually two ways to set up a new customer using Zoho Books. So the first one is the one that is very easy to set up a new customer, which is what I'm going to show you. So you click on this plus, then you select customer. So to display the customer window. So this way you enter the name of the customer, then other information that relates to that customer. Then the second process is me clicking on this my navigation bar, going to my navigation bar, then I'll select sales and I'll click on customers, then I'll click on this plus. So the customer window will display. So this way I'll enter the name of this customer that I want to set up. So let's work with what we have in our case study. So in our case study, these are the three names of customer that I'm going to set up, which is Chupsunkwo, it will be Rejoice, and Michael Wilson. So I'll go back to Zoho Books. So if you observe, you can see customer type. The customer type is talking about how do you classify your customer. Is it a business or an individual customer? So if the customer is a company or organization, you can enter the name of this customer. Then if it's an individual, you enter the name of the customer. That's for a single person. So in our case study, those three customers represent a single person. So those are the customers that we are going to set up. So the first name is Chuks Nkwo and the last name is Nkwo. First name is Chuks and the last name is Nkwo. So this salutation is optional. It's actually optional. Salutation is just like a title. Mr., Mrs., Doctor. So that's just it. So if it was a company, if it was a company name, I will type in the name of the company as well. So this is a single customer, like I said. You can also type in this name of this customer in the company name. You can still type Chuks Nkwo, but it's actually optional. So let me just do it for the purpose of this training. Then it will also display the name of this customer in the display feed. Look at it. It will display the name of the customer because I've entered it here already. I can also clear it. I know I told you that this thing is optional. Then the email address of this customer. So the email address is used for sending invoice. So if you want to send invoice for the customer, you type in the email address of that customer in this email feed. So the phone number is optional as well, but it's recommended. So the phone number is optional. Then the customer language. So the customer language, if it's someone that speaks English or it speaks French, you select anyone. So all these things are also optional. So the tax rate is also optional. It's optional rather. Then the company ID is, if you have selected um, that company, you enter the company ID. That is a company identification number. So if you have it, you type it here. It's optional, like I said. So the currency is talking about if the customer deals in a different currency, you select it. If the customer deals in different currency like Canadian, Euro, or dollar, you select it. Select anyone. So in this case, this customer It's a Nigerian. It's a Nigerian, so I'll select Nigeria. So it is with just Naira. So this account receivable, it's optional. It's still the same thing. Even if you don't select it, Zoho Book will still treat this customer as is a receivable actually. So it's they just put it here. Then the opening balance. So the opening balance represents what the customer is owing you as at the start of you using Zoho Books. So that's what it means. Then the payment terms, this payment terms is look at it, the payment terms is talking about when will this customer pay you, or how do you want to set your own payment terms for your customers. That's what it means. How you set your payment terms for your customer. Maybe when you sell goods to them on credit, they will pay either they pay immediately or they pay in 15 days or they pay in 30 days time or 45 days time or 60 days times, or you will be the one to select your own payment terms for your customers. So this due on receipt is often used for small business that operate on cash basis. So that's what this due on receipt means. When you issue when you ship any item to your customer, the customer will pay immediately. So that's what this due on receipt means. So the next one is address. So this is where you enter the address of your customer. So let's type the address of this customer. We will say Odu Odu Keja Lagos. Then country Nigeria. Oh, sorry. This is where you type in the address. Then if they have two address, we type the second address of this customer. So that's just it. So this customer is in Lagos. I'll type Lagos. So all these things are what you do when setting up your customer. So this billing address is required if you want invoices to display in the address. If you want the invoice, if you want the address of the customer to display when you are creating invoice for the customer, you that's when you enter in the address when setting up that customer. Then the shipping address, you can also type the same thing here. You can copy the address for the billing address, to copy it in shipping address. So this shipping address, it's optional. It's only used if the customer have different address. You can also type in the shipping address for the customer. So that's just it. So this is how you set up your customer using Zoho. So let's click save to save this customer that we just set up. So the next one I want to set up is Michael with Ebube Rejoice. Ebube Rejoice. So like I said, the email address is optional. Optional. Rejoice. So let me just type in the address. I'll copy the same address. So Zoho Books is very easy to use. Just like the way you use QuickBooks, that's how Zoho Books is. It's not difficult. It's very easy to use. So if you can use QuickBooks Online, or you can use QuickBooks, you can also use Zoho Books. It's not a difficult thing at all. So the next one is Michael Wilson. Remember, I told you you can select individual, you can select business. So let me just select individual. So you see how to display. Michael Wilson, still the same thing. So if it's a company, you select business, anyone, everything still fall under what customer. Just you making things look more organized. Okay, this customer is in Nigeria. You select Victoria Island, same address, and I click on save. So this is how you set up a new customer using Zoho. So